it's Casey with Russo Resells. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Casey. I am a full-time online reseller and I sell on platforms such as eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, and Curtsy. And before we get into the first What Sold of 2026, I do want to wish all of my viewers and anyone watching a very happy new year. This is very exciting. I feel every new year, I feel like it is a chance to kind of start anew, and January is the month of kicking things off right and hopefully setting a precedent for the rest of the year. So I have been a busy bee working. I actually haven't done a What Sold, I want to say, in a couple weeks, because with Christmas and New Year's, I feel like a lot of people are very busy and haven't been shopping my store as much. I did have some few really good sales, but nothing to write home about, so I definitely just didn't want to hop on and waste anyone's time. And sorry for the little white fuzzes. I see them going around me and the little noise from my desktop computer. As most of you know, and if you're new here, you don't know, but I do film on my laptop. So we are going to jump into the January 2nd sales. Unfortunately, I had my first zero sales day of 2026 and 2025. I did not have any no sales days last year. So it was a little devastating for me, but that just made me realize that, hopefully that's not setting myself up for 2026. Like, it doesn't continue. And that just means I have to get my butt in gear and do better than I did last year. And I think that's what the New Year's is about. It's about continuing to get better year after year and not really beating ourselves up for, the small mistakes or flaws that we might make. Anyways, now with all of that tangent aside, let's get into the second day of the new year sales. Although I did not have any sales on the first day of the new year, I did start it off with a banger on the second day. And you'll be able to see what I mean when I show you the brand. This is by Carolina Herrera, which is a very expensive retail luxury brand. And it is this like navy blue kind of cowl neck long sleeve sweater for men. And this is coming out of my husband and father-in-law's closet. They did not want to wear it anymore. Of course, I do need to lint roll it before it goes out, but it does have these awesome elbow pads also. And I really priced this to sell. So I didn't want to price it too high. I wanted to make sure that it sold in a reasonable amount of time. I did not want to hold on to it. And believe it or not, Carolina Herrera is a very high luxury retail brand, but the resale market just hasn't caught up yet. So I priced this at $79.99 plus $10 ship. A buyer came in and offered me $67 plus $10 ship. And because I wanted a sale, and it's actually not that bad of a counter offer from my original price, I did go ahead and accept that. It cost me exactly $10 to ship. I did have it promoted, so those fees were $4.12, and my fees to eBay were $10.86. I got that item for free from my father-in-law and my husband. So my total profit was $52.02, which is amazing. We love turning a free item into some cash. So the next item is also free to me. It is by Sisley. And it is this little makeup bag. So every time my mother-in-law goes to Nordstrom or Neiman Marcus, they give her a little bag of goodies, usually multiples. And we decide if we want them, and if we don't, I go ahead and put them up. So it comes with these little testers, and I think It is a lot of 5 little testers, and there's one right there, and a little perfume. So I went ahead and put this up on eBay for $21.99 plus $5 ship. A buyer came in and paid full price. It cost me $5.37 to ship. My fees to eBay were $4, and I turned a free to me item into $15.62. Now, for those of you new here, I do all of my kids' items in my inventory as $1. I did get these for $5, but for the sake of the video, I have $1 into these in my inventory. So they are these pair of native Minnie Mouse Jefferson shoes. And these are just great shoes to have for kids because they can really just run amok in them and get them as messy as desired, and you really don't care because they're comfortable for them, and because you can get them on the resale market for not so cheap, but cheaper than retail. And the treads looked amazing, so that's why I did pick them up. As you can see, there is some yellowing there, but I didn't want to spend the time cleaning them myself, so I just put them up as is, hoping that the buyer could purchase them and clean them up as desired. So I had them listed on Poshmark for $35. I got a $25 offer. I've had these up for about a year and was tired of seeing them, so I definitely did accept that. And I do believe that is a little higher than comp suggested anyway. So I did gladly accept that. My fees to Poshmark were $5, and I ended up with a $20 profit, which I love for any kids' shoes. I think that's fantastic. Now, the next item I don't have, so I am going to post a picture right here, and it is a consignment client item. My brother was actually trying to get into reselling, and he made his niche electronics, and so he went shopping with me one day, and he picked out a bunch of items to resell, and this was one of them. I listed this up on Poshmark for $40. Someone came in and paid full price for it. Our fees to Poshmark were $8. And I just recouped the cost of this item. I didn't take any fees out of it just because I paid for all of the items. So I left with $10, and he made a profit of $22. One more sale to go through that happened yesterday, and I didn't mention today is January 3rd, Saturday. So all of these sales that you've seen so far happened yesterday, Friday, January 2nd. And this is the last of those. So this is a J. Crew 100% cashmere, like wine colored crew neck long sleeve. This was in and still is in fantastic condition. I just absolutely love this. I think it's amazing. Obviously, I will go ahead and lint roll it before it goes out. But I knew I had to pick this up when I saw it. I got it for about $10 at my local Savers. And although $10 is still a lot for just a basic long sleeve cashmere sweater, I did want to pick it up because I do get between $20 and $30 for just basics in cashmere like that. So I posted it up on Poshmark for $28. I did recently switch over to Nifty. So I have my Nifty set to send 20% off offers to likers, and that was $22, which a liker did accept. My fees to Poshmark were $4.40, and I turned $10 into $17.60. So yeah, I only made about $7.60, but I always know that those sweaters will sell. So it's worth it for me to take a few pictures, create the listing, put it up, and, get over $5 for that. I think that's great. And it's going to a new home that's going to continue to use it and love it. Now, the first and only item to sell this morning, it is only about 9:15 in the morning, so I hope to have more sales to share with you. but happy nonetheless. I am an extreme couponer. Well, I'll just say a couponer for right now. I haven't been couponing for, I want to say, a couple weeks now. But I got this L'Oreal Collagen Moisture Filler. It's kind of like a cream for your face. I got this for about $1 out couponing, and I listed it on eBay for $11.99 plus free ship. And a buyer came in and paid full price. It cost me $4.79 to ship. I did have this item promoted, so those fees were 66 cents. My fees to eBay were $2.07, and that left me with a profit of $4.47 that goes right back into my couponing fund. Now, it's 9:15, as I mentioned, and my husband and I have a couples massage at 10 a.m., so I do have to kind of hurry along now and package all of these up so we can take them to the post office after. But I appreciate you guys being here as always, and I hope to hop back on in the next couple or few days to show you what else sells over the weekend. Welcome back. It is now Sunday, and it's actually late at night. It's about 8:45. I have to work my per diem job tomorrow morning, so I won't have time to hop on and show you what has sold, so I figured I'd do that tonight. Yesterday was Saturday, January 3rd, and I had 3 sales, and today, Sunday, January 4th, I also had 3 sales, so let's go ahead and hop into it. I'm trying to talk a little lower as to not wake up anybody that is sleeping in my house. So the first sale that I had yesterday was by TLA, and I believe this is an Aritzia brand. It is this olive green waffle knit, kind of like this shark hem or shark bite hem detail long sleeve. And I got this in a Facebook reseller group. She actually curates boxes and you can bid on them. So I have about $11 into that. Normally at a thrift store, I wouldn't pay that much, but there were other items in that bundle that kind of covered the cost of the box. So this is just kind of one of those items that came along with all the rest of the good items, but it is a good item nonetheless. I had it listed on eBay for $27.99 plus $5 ship. A buyer came in and offered me $21 plus $5 ship, which I did accept. It cost me $6.18 to ship. My fees to eBay were $3.70, and I made a profit of $16.12. Very, very happy with that. Now, this next item I bought from Miss Kimmy over on Mama on a Mission. She does Whatnot shows, and I popped in and she had this Jones New York 100% cashmere. It's kind of like an indigo cowl neck sweater, and I thought this was absolutely gorgeous and I knew I had to get it. From all of her shows, I have about $10 into each item. So I listed that on eBay for $29.99 plus $7 ship, and I was offered $22 plus $7 ship from a buyer, and I did accept. It cost me $5.64 to ship. I did have that item promoted, so those fees were $1.55. My fees to eBay were $4.33, and I turned $10 into $17.48. So not a big profit, but I always try to pick up cashmere if it's $10 or less and in great condition, because I always know I can get a little more than $10 for it. The next item to sell, I was very happy because it only took, I want to say, 2 or 3 days to sell, and I just featured these in a consignment haul video. They are by Citizens of Humanity, and they are the Ayla jeans. These are in fantastic pre-owned condition. They come from my tennis teammate, and we are doing a consignment deal right now. So she gets 60%, I get 40% after platform fees, and I had them listed for $149.99 plus $12 ship. I just put a coupon on my eBay store for 26% off for the new year. So a buyer came in and used that, and they paid $110.99 plus $12 ship. It cost me $10.51 to ship. I did add the extra insurance to insure it for up to $150, and that was $3.17. Our fees to eBay were $17.54. She leaves with $55.06, and I left with $36.71. Those are fantastic jeans, and I'm very excited for the buyer to receive them. Now, the running theme of this segment of the video is definitely cashmere, because I had another cashmere piece sell. It is by Minnie Rose, and it is this beautiful orange like tunic blouse. And this I got off of ThredUp, and all of my ThredUp items I have about $10 into. That's my average cost of goods. But I actually had 3 of these. 2 already sold, and basically this one is paid for. But for the sake of the video, we'll say I have $10 into it. I put it up on eBay for $39.99 plus $7 ship, and a buyer offered me $30 plus $7 ship, which I did accept. It cost me $5.24 to ship. My fees to eBay were $5.10, and I left with a profit of $26.66. And this is an international, this is an international sale, and they paid all in about $60 to $70. So that is kind of crazy, but fantastic for me, and I'm very excited because it is a cute, cozy piece, and I hope that they love it. That Minnie Rose cashmere piece was the first item to sell this morning, and this is the second item to sell. It is this pair of On Cloud running shoes. And these I did not realize actually had some tearing in the very back right here. So on both of them, this one is a little bit lighter than this one. But I did go ahead and price them pretty aggressively to move because I did not want to deal with them. And I paid about, I want to say $8.50 for them at a half off Salvation Army sale. So I put them up on eBay for $49.99 plus $10 ship. I was offered only $20 plus $10 ship. However, I did want to get them out of my store, so I did accept. It cost me exactly $10 to ship. I did have them promoted, so those fees were $1.50. My fees to eBay were $4.21, and I made a profit of $14.29. So I definitely didn't make a big profit, but I am happy to make that $5 so I can invest it in better inventory. I apologize if I'm moving a little fast. It's just because my bedtime is usually at 9 o'clock, especially when I have to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. But you know, we're just going to do what we can with all of this. The last sale that I had today is this Ellen Tracy 100% cashmere long sleeve, like mustardy color sweater. I absolutely love this. I also got this from Miss Kimmy at one of her Whatnot shows, so I have about $10 into it. I put it up on eBay for $27.99 plus $7 ship, and a buyer came in and used my 26% off coupon. They paid $20.71 plus $7 ship. It cost me exactly $5.15 to ship. My fees to eBay were $4.21, and I made a profit of $18.35. Those are all 6 of my sales over the weekend. I did have a slow December, so I am happy that January is moving quite along. I do hope to make another video soon and show you all what sells in the next couple days. I hope you guys are having fantastic thrifting, fantastic sales, and until next time, my friends, bye.